Yet again, how are the things on your side? Here in Ukraine, we are finally, officially, having our first people suffering from coronavirus. Honestly, I'm not sure we haven't had it earlier, because the fact that we haven't had any tests for testing coronavirus in Ukraine till like last week speaks for itself. Now, here in Ukraine, as in all the rest of the world, we are taking preventive measures to prevent spreading a coronavirus among the masses, and that includes such things like canceling all the major events like sports events, theater performances, cinemas, all the entertainment stuff. The schools and kindergartens are closed for the next 3 weeks, and they are speaking of closing universities as well. Companies start allowing their employees to work from home in case their employees start experiencing any flu symptoms. And of course, airports and all the international gateways are being closed again for the next few weeks. Now, as of yet, in my home city of 1.2 million people, we haven't had any official cases of coronavirus as well, thankfully. But during the last 3 months, we experienced several rounds of different types of flu, that is influenza type A and influenza type B. Several cases of each flu type during the last 3 months. And in my own family, we've had 10 people suffering from these different types of flus, including my kids, my husband, my parents, my granny, my nephews, and among those 10 people from my own family, 2 experienced bronchitis after the flu and 2 pneumonias. And honestly, I don't remember such a severe flu in all my life. So honestly, we've experienced all the signs of coronavirus, but since we had like 0 tests in Ukraine, I honestly don't know what was that. Now, my question is, how did this quarantine affect my life or the life of my family or my work? This is where we jump straight into the topic of this video, because as you might already know, I run my software development agency from home and I work from home. You might already know all the reasons why people want to work from home, or why you, for that matter, want to work from home. And these reasons are the same for most people, like controlling over your schedule, like managing your time better, more time for personal activities and duties, less work-life conflicts, no commute time, no boss or manager behind your back, no more stress because of corporate undercarpet games, some tax benefits as well, and saving your time and money, saving your mental and physical health, no need to pretend to be young and energetic, if you know what I mean, because some companies in Silicon Valley, they start like getting rid of the old developers and they value young developers more than they do those who are senior, because young developers, they have a more fresh vision of the development process and everything like that. So this is a pretty sad tendency in the modern world, and if you want to learn more about it, I'll throw in the link to the article below. This is a very interesting topic, so you might want to check this out. Now, these days we should remember 2 more reasons why we actually choose to work from home and why we actually want to work from home. And the first one is reducing the risk of catching infection. And this is not something that comes as a surprise or is brand new or anything. Of course, nowadays we are all scared of catching a coronavirus, but what about regular flu? When your coworker comes to the office sneezing and coughing, and the next day you take it to your family, to your wife or to your husband and to your kids, and they all fall down with a high fever and coughing and sneezing as well. Familiar situation, right? Pretty much so. And if you're a pregnant woman or if you're having babies at home, this situation becomes frustrating and appalling, because in most cases you cannot change the company's policy of demanding sick people to crawl to their working spaces and to crawl to their office desks just because they don't allow people to work from home. And of course, when such a devastating thing as coronavirus strikes the masses, this reason becomes even more relatable. You want to work from home to not catch an infection, and you will actually thank yourself for working from home, because nothing will change your routine. No quarantine will change your working process. Nothing will actually change anything, neither in your daily routine nor in your income. You're still working from home, you're still earning the same amount of income. You're not required to leave your job or anything that just because your company, closes due to some sort of quarantine. And another reason you might want to work from home is to look and take better care of your beloved, and for family people to look after your kids. As all of us know, the most vulnerable groups of people, the most vulnerable groups of the population are babies and younger children and elderly people. So if you have any of them at home, of course you might want to take care of them, take better care of them. And if they are already sick, for example with flu or some sort of influenza, you should take care of them, because there is no one else who can look after your kids. Of course, and this is where working from home will help you. Of course, working from home when you have sick children or sick people at home is hell, but at least this way you will be able to juggle both your work actually and the care for your family. Like, what is a job if you can't take care of your family? And your family, of course, won't benefit much if you don't produce income. And whilst this will be a very hard period of your life, at least this is just a period, it's not for forever, and this way you will actually maintain both, and this is where you kind of at the top of your capabilities will make things work. By the way, for parents who have to look after their kids during this quarantine period and have to work from home at the same time, I'll drop a link to a great article below, so do check it out to find ways how not to lose your sanity. Don't panic. Be reasonable. This might actually be a good time for new opportunities, and if nothing else, you might want to invest the time into learning something new, maybe invest your time into acquiring new skills. So while you're on the quarantine, this will both provide you with some new opportunities and reduce the risk of you catching infection because you worried so much and you exhausted yourself with worrying and with panicking. Don't do that. Mind your hygiene. I mean, it's not something that you should not do when the coronavirus threat is not there, right? We should do this all the time. So be reasonable, stay healthy, and everything will be fine. With that being said, stay healthy, think with a cool head, be reasonable, mind your expenses, mind your income, because cash is still everything, and have a great week ahead. See you next Wednesday and all will be fine.